Hello everyone, how you doing? Welcome to Is It For You, the show that'll make or break your decision to buy a game. Do you guys remember when Konami was a good company? Yeah, it's hard to recall those memories. You might also know a man named Hideo Kojima. He is the great mind behind the Metal Gear franchise, but you might be surprised to know that I never really got into it. Even though I did try, Metal Gear simply isn't a series that I find enjoyment in. At least, up until this point. I got to know Kojima's genius through other series. These are some that I really consider the best games I've ever played. Series like Boktai, and of course, Zone of the Enders. This episode is a 2-in-1 special. Originally I was going to do a separate video on both of these games, but I arrived at the conclusion that by themselves a video would probably be too short. I know I made a single video on Kingdom Hearts 0.2, but I feel like this is a little different, and so here we are. Like so, this video is divided in two segments. The first about Zone of the Enders, and the other half, Zone of the Enders, the second runner. The Zone of the Enders HD edition released on the PS3 and Xbox 360 with some major frame problems, although a few of them were fixed at least in the PS3 version. Alright, we're going to start with the first game in the series. Zone of the Enders starts with a boy named Leo Steenbuck running away as the space colony that he lives in is being attacked. In the middle of so much destruction and death, the boy finds his way into an orbital frame. These are giant piloted humanoid robots. This orbital frame is called Jehuti, and Ada is the computer that assists Leo. The story of the Zone of the Enders games aren't the deepest, but they do have some nice moments. The first game is really short and explores the relationship between Leo and Ada as he attempts to make it understand human logic, a thing that an AI sometimes has a difficult time to grasp. All at the same time, the boy has the mission of delivering the orbital frame to certain people in Mars. Like I said, the story isn't the deepest, but at the same time, the gameplay of these games is where it's at. The gameplay might seem a bit weird at first. You can go up and down around the world and move in the current plane that you are. During fights, the distance that you are from the enemies will dictate your attacks. If you're far, Jehuti will shoot bullets to the locked enemy, but if close, its sword will come out and will engage in close combat. There is also a guard capability. You'll also be able to charge energy and use it in two different ways. If you charge while stationary, you will attack with a big ball of energy that has a high destructive power. Doing this when in close range of an enemy, it will result in Jehuti charging its blade and doing a rotation attack. If you're moving, however, you'll be able to do a quick dash that makes you much more faster, and while doing so, you can also shoot small lasers from the orbital frame's hands. Aside from these moves, you'll also find sub-weapons through the world, and you can equip those to use in a fight. Music-wise, I will admit that I have a weird thing with these games. Some of the tracks are really forgettable, but there are others that are really amazing, like the main theme. I'll touch upon these in the sequel, well, I'll talk a little bit more about this. I guess now's the time to check the story of the direct sequel, Zone of the Enders, the second runner. This entry kicks off with Dingo Egret. He is doing his job and receives a high reading of Metatron. This leads him to find the orbital frame Jehuti. This will all make sense if you play the first game and this one as well. When Dingo finds the frame, and just like in every other game, the area gets attacked and he doesn't have a choice but to pilot it. The big difference here is that contrarily to Leo, Dingo has fighting experience and is way more methodical when fighting. Returning is also Ada. It will assist us during our hard fights. After certain events, Dingo is only capable of living inside Jehuti, and leaving would result on his death. He embarks on a journey to defeat Jehuti's twin brother, Anubis. Since the story of these games is so simple and short, I don't want to give any more details about them. The gameplay department receives an upgrade from the first game. Even though the moves are more or less the same, they are much more refined. Jehuti moves faster, attacks quicker, and deploys its attacks in an over-the-top way. Everything is better. You can still move up and down and all around really fast. You can make it faster by dashing. You'll also be able to attack from long and short range, just like in the first game. That will dictate the weapon. Basically the game is the same, but way better and faster. This is my go-to Zone of the Enders game. I also forgot to mention, both games have a multiplayer mode. Yeah, weird to think about it, right? This mode in both games isn't as developed, and if you're not using Jehuti, I feel like you're at a big disadvantage, but it's a nice distraction to have nonetheless. Returning to the music, like I said, these games have a few tracks that go unnoticed, but the ones that catch your attention are amazing. I always loved most of the boss fight themes, and the main theme of the game itself. That voice always makes me shiver, and I do believe that that music is a defining aspect of Zone of the Enders. So, is this game for you? Well, do you like super fast-paced gameplay, a music that in key moments can be really awesome, or even the chance to play with friends? If so, this collection might just be for you. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to leave a comment, a like, and if you want more, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.